Okay, I'm going to give you an example of how to answer these questions, okay? Remember, the main question in Unit 2 is, in what kind of relationships was the feudal society based? Now, I'm going to answer the first question. Which were the origins of feudalism and what was it? When I answer this question, I'm going to use these terms: feudalism, vassal, serfdom, and I'm going to compare a vassal and a serf, okay? Which might be a bit similar, but they're not the same. Okay, the origins of feudalism lie at the end of the Carolingian Empire. Remember Charlemagne? Well, at the end of the empire, it was attacked from the south by the Muslims and from the north by the Vikings. So Charlemagne asked for help to whom? To his noblemen. Remember the counts and the marquis in the marches. In exchange for that help, the king and the nobleman made a pact. The nobleman would help the king with his army, his people, his army, his money, and his crops. And the king would give his vassal land. A piece of land called a fief. So the vassal helps the king in exchange for land. This piece of land is called a fief. It is a land controlled by a vassal, but it still belongs to the king. In this land, we can find the serfs. Serfs are peasants who are forced to work in the vassal's lands. Here you can see how it works. This is the vassal and these are the serfs. So, which were the origins of feudalism? At the end of the Carolingian Empire, the king asked his noblemen for help to defend against the attacks of the Muslims and the Vikings. The king and his nobles made an agreement, they reached an agreement that consisted on a system of land ownership and duties typical of the Middle Ages. This system was called feudalism. So, second question, what was it? What was feudalism? Okay? Look. With feudalism, all the land was the king's. Okay, so even if the king gave land to a vassal, all the lands belonged to the king. Okay, so all the land was the king's. But he would give some of the land to the lords or nobles who fought for him. By doing this, those lords or nobles became vassals. Most peasants were serfs. Serfs were the lowest social class. They worked for the lord and they were considered a part of the land.